try to clean up some of the things that we saw from day one, and also continue to try to push a little bit of the installation of what we're doing. It was good for some of the newcomers. They were playing at an accelerated installation. Being here in spring, you got 19 guys, some in high school, some in college. That I think they've done a great job, though. I mean, to take the things we talked about in the meetings in the spring before spring ball began, and how that's translated out to the field. I think we've had limited bust. It also is a testament to our returning players that have taken the time to help bring these guys along, going above and beyond. And so, it's been good, and I've liked the way the guys have competed in the opportunities they've had. But it's also, we're out here in pajamas today, so we'll put on some pads come Friday and get to see some physicality show up. But just like I told the players, I mean, you come out today, you're still an emphasis on technique. It's an emphasis on fundamentals. That's going to allow you to use the power that you have. And so that's been a big push for us. And guys are doing a nice job, and excited about seeing them compete come Wednesday.
Specifically with the trench players, what can you look for with their pajamas? What are the traits or skills you're looking for?
I want to make sure that they're, that they're understanding their assignments, their footwork, being able to get that, those first steps, where's their hand placement going? All those different elements of it are important, whenever they go out there and compete. You're not going to see, the finish on drives and blocks, but you definitely get a chance to see, if they know where they're going with the first step, and then, obviously the importance of the technique and different things with hand placement, hat placement, all those.
Is Gilbert the guy you guys are thinking will help set the edge, more of a coming off the edge, rushing passer, or anything?
I think he's a well-rounded player. I think he can do it all. I'm excited about what I've seen. So he's shown some explosiveness. You watched him, a year ago, and he is. You go through all of his season, and you saw him grow in confidence just as a player with the experience that he had. I remember Gilbert coming out of high school, and he was somebody that he was. The physical development of what he's done, and the work he's putting with his body, and then even what he's done in the last couple months here, it's been remarkable. He's definitely playing fast. With that, learning a whole new language and what he's being asked to do defensively. So that's encouraging for me, and I like what I'm seeing from him.
Jared talked about wanting to kind of focus on the technical side of things, a lot of why he wanted to come back. What were those preseason conversations, those offseason conversations like with him? And have you seen a difference maybe health-wise after a few months of reset from him?
Well, I think, everybody, coming off the offseason, into the offseason, there's different things, different guys having to battle through, bumps and bruises and different things that you gain through a season just physically, but it's all about technique. It's all about fundamentals. That's where with Jared last year, he missed so much time from practice, and he would do what he needed to do, but it would show up at times, and you just want consistency, and fundamentals are going to allow consistency, and just being able to play with confidence within your fundamentals, and that's we had some great conversations about that, and obviously his belief in what we're doing and who's coaching him and what that can be, played a big part of that. So it's that constant push. But what I love is I see players. You go to those D-line drills and you see players coaching players. That's what you want to see. That's it. It doesn't matter if it's Jared, or if it's a newcomer. It's all those guys are trying to help each other be the best that they can be.
For a guy like Johnny Wilson a year ago, it was about learning new plays, what guys ask him to do. Now that he's familiar with it, how is this spring different for him compared to that one?
It's you have the confidence of what to do, and now it's how can you do it better. The efficiency of every step, all the movement. That's part of things that you want to see. When you're thinking and trying to just understand where to go, you sometimes lose sight of how to get there. And now you're trying to take that next level coaching for all the guys that return. And I think when you see players that have been in our systems, offensively, defensively, special teams, when you get to that next year and you're able to have that work, and then you see the strides that they take. And I think Johnny is going to be a tremendous example of that, and I'm excied about what I've seen. Kentron is just another guy, even speaking about him, that's had a remarkable couple of days too. That's a perfect example of that as well. So I'm excited about where those guys can go.
When you go to a practice, how do you divide up the reps for quarterbacks? Do you have a specific plan? Is it? I assume it changes from practice to practice.
It does. It does. We want to make sure that there's, especially with the situation we have now, where there's a lot of competition and guys that I've been really pleased with what I've seen. I thought Brock coming off his first ever practice, I thought he was a lot better today than what he was on Monday. AJ Duffy had his best practice since he's been here on Monday, and today, you saw some really good things that continue to show up tape. But being able to give them different looks, different groups that they're working with, being able to see if that competition against maybe better speed, it's all calculated, and we're going to continue to do that throughout the spring, and it's going to be a big picture evaluation, and then we'll leave spring and we'll see where the next 3 months go in their continued development. But I'm definitely excited about the quarterback room and the guys that we have, and just how you split up those reps. And there'll be times this spring where you'll see Jordan not get as many reps. Probably maybe he's got to stay sharp, and you watch the way he's working, and he's definitely he's doing a great job there. But there'll be some times that we'll mix different guys with the ones so we can see them in those situations.
What do you credit AJ's good Monday and today?
Just like I said earlier, going to year 2, and he's grown. We tend to forget, these guys that are coming in. They're 18 years old. They're still. There's so much that's thrown on them. New experiences, new things. I said it last year, and AJ's one of the smartest quarterbacks in how he picks things up. But it's the reps. You go out there and you can draw it on a board, but when you got a million things flying at you and trying to do something that is new, it just takes time. But I think you see the confidence in the work that he's put in, and he's done a great job with his body. He's moving great. He's worked really hard with Coach Storms, really in all areas, academically, weight room, just in who he is. He's just going into the man that he's going to become, and I'm excited about it.
Take us through some conversations with Fabien, who was deciding what to do, because I know it sounded like he thought about maybe leaving the year before, as the injuries last year.
I probably of all the people that he might have been the least expected him, and Jared. Fabian's done so much, and he's a very talented player. It was unfortunate last year that he missed up some of the time just with injuries. And it was a very similar situation with him and Jared. He was impactful when he played, but there was a lot of times that he was limited just in practice and things that he could do. But in that conversation, it actually kind of all stemmed from when Jordan, tweeted out that he was coming back, and Fabien, put out a tweet about it, like a thinking emoji. And I actually called him, and I said, "Man, stop messing with these people." And he started laughing, and I called him the next day, and I said, "Hey, if this is something you really want to consider, let's talk about it." And so we went through our process, and I made sure to hit some really good options and potential things that he could do, but he believes in the same things that Jared believes. He cares about this team, cares about the program. Obviously the guys he gets to do it with, but then also just opportunity to continue to develop and go be the best in.
What is the significance? Obviously, he's a very good player, but personality-wise, to bring someone like Fabien back to this year.
Yeah, it's big. Anytime you have guys that have done it, but that embrace trying to impact others. I tell them it's also a great challenge. That's where everybody's thinking, well, you get a leader back, and so this is what it's a great responsibility. And for guys that have come back, that have done it, and now you go through, because every day is a challenge. Every day you're putting, so to continue to make the choice to want to do those little things, to continue to, and that's what I appreciate about our guys, because I don't want them to be comfortable. And when you make the choice to come back, it's a year. Off season, all the things, training, development, and the leadership part of it. That voice is one that's going to make an impact. But making sure that we're all pushing to the finest details, and that's where these guys. I've really. I was watching Fabien in the defensive line drills, and I'm watching him coach younger players. That's a really good thing. Does he have to do that? No. But when guys are willing to make the choice to do some uncomfortable things to be able to help others, that's exciting about where it can go. But it's still a daily choice and a daily process for all of our players, and where they're going.
Angle up there. That's the one tricky. You can't tell, but how the kickers doing in terms of Tyler and Ryan and those periods with field goals. It's been successful on.
I've been watching all of them.
Been successful on their kicks.
They have. I don't know about every one of them, but gotta find a better angle. No, they've done a good job. We got a great competition. Had a couple game-winning opportunities there at the end of practice, and these guys have both answered the call. I had to challenge the team a little bit today because we didn't have enough distractions to my liking. So gave them some reminders to make it as chaotic as we can make it. So both those guys, they're doing a good job. They're competing hard.